Hello and welcome back to round 2 of the Grandmasters League, set 2 between TheViper and Jordan 23, game 2 between TheViper and Jordan 23. That's a little bit of a mouthful, and yeah, we got that introduction out of the way fairly smoothly, I've got to say. Alright, so, as we have already done in all of the previous videos, if you haven't seen game 1 yet, then click down to the right now, and I'm going to assume you've clicked away in 3, 2, and 1. So we're spectating Jordan 23, and we are expecting something out of him today because, well, he's already lost 1-0 to the Viper in the first game being Nomad, and that was Viper's choice of map. This map being Ghost Lake, which is the choice of Jordan 23 here, and he is playing in blue over to the right of the map, or the bottom of the map, bottom right-ish of the map, and playing as Mayans as well. Viper, on the other hand, in red up to the top left sort of place, playing as Mayans as well. Could be an interesting game, and it's going to be an important one, because at the moment the Viper and Jordan 23 are fairly close to the top of the table. The Viper won 2-0 his last games against a Good Boy, I think that was, and that means he is at the top with 3 points. Jordan, on the other hand, drew his games with VH, meaning that Jordan has only got 1 point. So if Jordan ties with the Viper here, then he's going to gain another point, and if he loses, then he's not going to gain any points, and he is going to be stuck on 1 point in the table, which is good enough to put him near last place, where the Viper will gain another 3 and go up to the top with 6. So Jordan really looking to get a draw here. He's coming from behind, and if he can win this game, then he is going to be in with a bit of a better chance. But of course, it's never over until it's over. This whole thing is really going to be hard to tell where it's going to go until the very final weeks, where the scores really are starting to show. After a couple of weeks, there's going to be quite a bit of disparity in the table, but after that, it's going to get a bit close towards the top, I think, and those at the bottom are really going to find it hard to get back into it. But that's for a little bit later on. And as usual, in the description of this video, there is a link to the league table where you can see the current standing of all the players, and there is a link in the description to where you can download the recorded games if you want to go ahead and watch these yourself after, if you've watched the video, or if you don't even want to watch the video, you can just click away now and leave me hanging here doing what I'm doing. Anyway, the Viper are going to lure his first boar in now, and I'm going to speed things on up into the feudal age. Both these guys going for 4 villagers on wood, and again, as I said in the last game, both of them, they know each other's playstyle so well. The map being a Ghost Lake, a pretty cool map. You're not able to build on the center, and it is a very large lake actually in this one. Sometimes you get small lakes, sometimes you get very big lakes, and this is a very big lake, and it does mean that it makes walling a little bit difficult. You can't properly wall. You can wall the trees directly around you, but actually walling completely is a little bit tough on this map, and it does mean there's a big open area in the middle where no one can actually build anything, which of course does lead to some quite interesting plays. And now if we have a look, you can see the Viper going up with a barracks already, and so is Jordan 23. They're both going to go for a drush here, and usually we see drushes with Aztecs. We're also seeing one now with Mayans. The problem is they can only afford to make 3 militia instead of the 5, but it's no big deal because they're both going to be doing the same, and they're both going to have the same amount of militia anyway. Looks like Viper's going to go for the deer patch over here, so drush, it could be a drush fast castle. We could see some feudal archers pressure coming out, but it's likely that we'll see something along the lines of drush fast castle. Jordan 2 going to take his deer, and this is a very similar play from both these guys right now at the moment. And of course, because it is so hard to wall this map, perhaps they're looking to get some very early economic harassment going on. Do they know that the other is going for a drush? Well, they know that their scores are fairly neck and neck, so the Viper can probably assume that Jordan is going for a drush as well as Jordan, because he's probably noticed that that's a barracks. He knows Viper's going to do the same, and I kind of missed who got the barracks up first, and whether Jordan just did this as in a reaction, or whether or not he actually planned to do it from the start. But as I was saying, it's one of those things. Drushing can be ineffective if you both drush, but if one of you person drushes and the other doesn't, it can work very well indeed. Very, very well indeed. One thing I've noticed here, yeah, never mind. I was going to say Viper didn't mill his deer, but Jordan hadn't until just now as well. Actually getting that mill up very close together, these mills, and yeah. Might not have been necessary for him to actually mill it. He could have perhaps got away with it, but then again his villagers would have had to walk quite a long way to drop off. It depends whether you think it's worth it or not. Jordan obviously thinks that's worth it, and that's fair enough. Viper's starting to wall his left hand side now, doesn't want right hand side even, doesn't want anything sneaking on through there, and at the moment neither of these guys are actually pushing out with their militias, not actually looking to do some big damage with these guys. Viper going to come in and do a little bit of damage to that Eagle Warrior, but nothing major, and it's kind of interesting. They've both gone for the militias, but they're doing nothing with it. We could see a feudal from both of them very shortly as they're getting ready to, looks to me like a fast castle. I know that these guys really do love to get into the Castle Age, and it's not very common to see them have a prolonged feudal war. They'll both try and get up to the Castle Age as fast as they can and really push their advantage from there, where the advantage really does come from. Feudal Age now for the Viper, and Jordan hanging back a little bit. He's got the resources he needs, but he's not going to go just yet. I think maybe now he's going to go, and he's going to go get a bit of gold there as well. Probably see some archery ranges coming up, and well, we'll see an archery range and a blacksmith, and that'll go into the Castle Age quite nicely. We'll see whether they get the food count they need. It's looking like they will, both of them taking their deer, and both of them with a few sheep left as well. So looking to be off to a pretty slow start. I'm going to speed things up just a little bit, and Jordan now pushing out with his drush. See what he can actually do here. Looks like he's just going to go and engage Viper straight away, and he's got his Eagle Warrior there, which does mean that Viper is going to be losing his militia here unless he brings his scout over, but his scout is miles away. So it looks to me like Viper going to potentially lose his militia here if Jordan engages, but then again he's got his villagers close by, he could easily bring them in. Jordan just looking to take a villager where he can, just looking for it. Viper now probably going to be going up with an archer range and a blacksmith, there we go, and a fast castle we'll be seeing from him. In comes Jordan, he's going to try and go for that villager, I think, but no, he's going to retreat away. Kind of interesting to see that. Viper sees him going back, he's going to go and chase him down, going for a quick wall. Can't afford to lose too many villagers here, going to have to be pretty careful not to lose anything. The archer range and blacksmith going down there. Jordan, the same archery range, blacksmith going to be on the way, and we'll see fast castles from both of them. Who reaches castle first is going to be interesting. Oh dear, this is not good. Potentially going to lose a villager here, so close, but didn't really do too much damage there at all, taking some damage to his militia, and Viper could clear that up quite easily if he decides to chase them down and pursue them. But Jordan now could be looking to get the pick on this villager, very weak already, 22 HP down there, and he's actually going to retreat away and run, but he could have really got that villager there. Very low HP, 13 left, but he didn't delay the archer range or blacksmith, so Viper even, going to get up to the Castle Age in a reasonable time, and I think he may just be ahead of Jordan. Yes, he is slightly ahead. Jordan throwing his second archery range down, as is the Viper, as we see those archers coming out, and we'll probably see some archer, crossbowmen and mangonel wars until perhaps we reach the Imperial Age. Whether or not we reach Imperial is yet to be seen. We could see quite a prolonged castle war, that's not unusual, and oh dear, the Viper getting it's not the Viper, Jordan getting attacked by wolves here. There is no way that he is going to be able to keep his militias alive. Viper on the other hand, likely to be able to keep those guys alive now with his Eagle Warrior in there, and those wolves starting to chase Jordan down. Oh dear, we're going to lose these guys. In come the archers, going to clear things up very quickly, and Viper getting a little bit of a score lead after that as well, up to the Castle Age just now. That's why he's got a higher score lead, not the losing the militia thing, but he's also got more military, it seems, as well. He's got quite a few archers out on the field right now. Jordan with a 4, but Viper coming in with quite a few, and we'll have crossbowmen before Jordan as well. Have a look there, crossbowmen at 90%, fletching already done, bodkin arrow on the way, and we're going to see a potential wall bust here. here. I imagine Jordan is going to try and do something to stop it. He too going straight away with crossbowmen. A little bit slower, as I said, but it's not so much of a big deal. By the time the Vipers broke through these walls, if he breaks through the walls in time, which he probably will do just here, but if he breaks through the walls real quick, he's still not going to be able to do so much damage because Jordan has got crossbowmen right now. He does also have well, he's probably got Bodkin Arrow. I can't really tell unless the crossbowmen come out, but I imagine he has. And Viper now going to get into his base, look to kill off some villagers. A quick wall off coming in from Jordan here, and going in with the Eagle Warrior, trying to take out that villager. Every villager counts, and getting quite low on HP, but Viper coming in, going to try and take out this house. It's only got 18 HP left in there, and a little bit of an unfortunate turn of events for Jordan here. Viper going to sneak through that wall, and Jordan even just going to get that town centre up in time. Very nice time for him, just getting that up very close, and going to have to retreat with his villagers away. All of this time, remember, Viper is preventing Jordan from gathering any resources. Very close to taking out that villager. He's lost one, and that was kind of unfortunate for Jordan there, but it looks like he's going to be able to clean this up very quickly. He's got a few crossbowmen there in defense, and he should be able to kill off these crossbowmen with little or no trouble whatsoever. Viper, though, with more crossbowmen coming out, still have to be careful not to lose too many in here, though, otherwise he will be a little bit further behind in military. Looks like he's managing to even pick off a couple of Jordans with even less crossbowmen than he has. Might be looking to make an escape now. Going to be faced with a few crossbowmen on the way out, but it looks to me like he may just be able to get out and keep his army together. If he does do that, then it's going to work out very nicely. Jordan just about closing the gap between him and Viper, and such great micro, managing to get off some of those hits onto Jordan here and do what damage he can, managing to avoid as much as he can as well, but now eventually losing some crossbowmen in the mix and coming in from the side. But it looks like Jordan's got more military. His score just bouncing ahead now in the lead as he does have those extra crossbowmen out, but it looks like Viper may be working on his economy a little bit more. With 3 town centres already up, he's getting a little bit further ahead in eco than Jordan, who is just on the 2 right now. I expect we'll see a 3rd from him very shortly, but he's going to be looking to push out and see what damage he can do. Viper getting aggressive early, forcing his opponent to make maybe a few more crossbowmen than he really needs, and then getting ahead in the economy while his opponent is stuck inside of his base and unable to harass him whilst he's working on his economy. We see a little bit of stone collectors here. He could be going for another TC, or he could eventually be working up for a castle, which is kind of a really good thing on this map, because as I said, it's quite hard for your opponent to wall, and a castle here would just be devastating to Jordan. But it's going to be a while before he gets up to 650 stone. It looks like he's got enough villagers there that he's going to be going for the castle. If he was going for another TC, he'd probably have less villagers on stone, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on that one. And Viper's still creating crossbowmen for the time being. He's not got any upgrades on his archer armor. Jordan does not have Bodkin Arrow yet either, which is kind of interesting. That was how Viper was managing to stay alive for so long in here, because he did have that extra range, and Jordan was just out of range most of the time when Viper was attacking, so he's doing pretty decent. Jordan now just getting his 3rd town centre up, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit until we get to a bit more action. Both these guys just going to be working on their economy, and I'm going to be interested to see if Viper goes Imperial before he drops the castle, or if he's going to go drop the castle and then go Imperial. Either way, we're probably going to see a castle drop from him. Jordan a little bit further behind in stone right now, and a nice little attack from Viper there. Almost got a villager. In fact, he may have just got one, but it looks like number wise pretty neck and neck. 18 ranged for Jordan, 20 for the Viper, so he's got a couple more crossbowmen on the field. But I'm going to see what Jordan's actually going to do here. No real stone collection at the moment. He's got 87, so he's got a little bit, but he's not actually gathering stone right now. So Viper going to go with that castle drop, and we'll see how effective that can be. He may drop the castle before he reaches Imperial Age. Actually, he's halfway to getting his castle now. Just going to have to stay around in the centre area, make sure he doesn't lose any villagers to any raids from Jordan, and try and keep the pressure on, get enough crossbowmen out so that he can kill off Jordan's army army and secure his castle as he's putting it down. That is probably what he's looking to do right now. University going up at the back. Could see ballistics pretty quickly from him. Surprised we've not seen a siege workshop yet. That's what I was looking for. We could have had a mangonel out by now. That could have been pretty bad if it did get a couple of big hits onto that. No siege workshop from Jordan yet either, so they're not really looking to do that at the moment, though if they were looking to get really aggressive, a siege workshop could really help out. But it looks to me like Viper again just going to work on his economy and get ready to build that castle. Whether we're going to see ballistics before Imperial, yes we are, there we go, looking to get ballistics quite nice and early to really make the most use of this crossbowman army. So it does look like he's going to go get aggressive before he goes up to the Imperial Age. We see the University coming out from Jordan here a little bit later, so he should have ballistics by the time he engages this army, and that's going to help him out massively. And he's nearly got enough for the castle, so it looks like he's going to go get ballistics, try and clean up as much of these crossbowmen as he can, drop the castle, and then go from there. It looks like it could work. We'll have to keep an eye out on this. He's just got ballistics now, and so he should be able to catch Jordan on the retreat, and Jordan's micromanagement is not really going to help him out in this situation. He should be able to win this battle, forcing Jordan back. Looking at the numbers 27 to 23, and I did just hear a siege workshop going up for the Viper there, and a mangonel is going to be on the way out in just a moment. He needs a little bit more wood. And there's the mangonel, and now we see the castle somewhere. He's doing it on the right hand side, going to secure his golds here, and he's probably going to throw in some plumed archers as well, get nice and aggressive during the castle age and advance while he's doing so. He didn't actually drop the castle forwards. He's playing it in a bit of a safe spot, keeping his gold safe, which is a good idea actually, to make sure your gold is safe. And of course he's still going to be able to make plumed archers back there anyway, which I feel obliged to say are cheap and easy to mass, because every time we see a Mayans war, I always say that, and I thought I'd just slip that in there for continuity's sake. And now we're going to see a really nice little battle. I think they've both got ballistics, so it really does just come down to numbers. It really does look like Viper's going to have a really good shout at winning this one. Though I've got to say, Jordan picking off quite a few crossbowmen as well, though it does look like this one is going to go to the Viper in this little battle here, and it's going to be close, but Jordan losing a hell of a lot of crossbowmen there. We can see it reflected in the scores as Viper's crossbowmen really do a large amount of damage. Jordan getting the siege workshop now. He knows it's time. It's time for the siege workshop, but it's a little bit late. The mangonel for the Viper is already out, and where is Jordan's army? Well, the Viper's got 12 ranged units. Jordan has 2. We can't really count these militia over here. They don't count. They're pretty much dead, and this is a problem because Jordan has no military right now. He's looking to go for a castle of his own, nearly up to that 650 stone mark. But the problem is he's got a hell of a lot of food and not enough gold to get Imperial just yet. And I think that Viper may be looking to get Imperial pretty soon. He's got a ton of farms, and he'll slow down his villager production fairly soon as he reaches that peak number. That castle, hell of a long time to go up, but it's just about up now. And we should see Imperial from Viper pretty soon. Jordan, on the other hand, got enough food to do that, but his economy is a little bit unbalanced here. Doesn't really have enough gold. He's looking to find that gold now, get up to the Imperial Age in a reasonable time. The mangonel just coming out, see what he can do with that. He might just be able to kill off a couple of these crossbowmen. The crossbowmen getting in nice and early. He might be looking to deny this castle, and if he does do that, then that'll work out really well for him. There we go, the mangonel hit on the villagers, and if he can deny this castle from going up, that is really bad news for Jordan. Jordan managing to take out that mangonel though, and nice play from him. But this is looking very precarious. Viper's score getting quite far in the lead right now. Some plumed archers coming out, as we can see, and Viper does have +1 defense on these crossbowmen, which is the same amount of upgrades as Jordan has as well. Jordan desperately trying to get this castle up. Going to be a bit risky with the mangonel in the mix, though it's not out of the question. If he gets it up, he's going to be secure for the time being. But look at this, the crossbowman getting right into the back of Jordan's base, distracting this mangonel as Viper's mangonel comes forwards, getting a couple more picks on those villagers. But again, Jordan taking the Viper's mangonel out, and he should just be able to get this castle up in time. Viper now with the Imperial Age upgrade coming on, and a lot of stone. It looks like he's going to go for another castle somewhere, a second castle on the right hand side. He's pretty worried about this right hand side, it seems, making sure he does keep this gold safe and starting to produce those plumed archers now. And Jordan, on the other hand, just going to get his castle up, and he's going up to the Imperial Age as well. Very close on the Imperial times right there. And if we have a look at their economies, Viper with a hell of a lot more gold and a hell of a lot more wood, which does mean he's going to be able to afford more plumed archers, which can only mean one thing: outmassing your opponent, which is always a little bit of a problem to deal with. And Jordan now looking to get his second castle. He's got plenty of villagers gathering stone. He's going to have to get more castles up before he reaches Imperial Age, or as he reaches Imperial Age. He will need those plumed archers, but falling a little bit further behind in economy after losing those villagers, but adding on a fourth town centre over here. Kind of interesting. That's an extra town centre than Viper has, so he's looking to catch up with the eco real quick, and he now has the score lead, which is interesting. So these guys really so close in their play, and I think now Jordan, with only 3 siege units and 2 ranged units, Viper on the other hand with a couple more, 10 plumed archers out on the field. Oh well, 7 even, and 3 crossbowmen, but he's looking to get those plumed archers out right now and see what damage he can really do with these guys. We'll probably see them being upgraded fairly shortly after reaching Imperial. He will need a bit more gold, and what else? He'll be looking to do Bracer and Chemistry as well, obviously. Just noticed down here a little bit of development on the left, a castle going up again on this gold spot, and Viper castling the gold in this map. Pretty nice tactic to use. Make sure that the gold is nice and safe, and it's a little bit safer than using a town centre as well. It buys you a bit more time if some trebuchets come along, and also they do outrange mangonels, which means you can't just get your mangonel town-centred mangonelled to death. Up to the Imperial Age they go. We'll see how this one ends up going. Viper now pushing out Imperial Age for him. Look at the score difference already. Viper just getting Imperial before Jordan. Jordan getting up as well. And now we'll see what he can really do. Will we see Elite Plumed Archer fairly quickly? I imagine it'll be a while just yet, but let's have a look. Bracer on the way. Chemistry likely to be coming along fairly shortly as well, and there's Elite Plumed Archer coming from here. Apparently just Plumed Archer, but it is the Elite Plumed Archer upgrade. I can guarantee that to you. Jordan coming along here on the left, and if he stands by the base of the castle, well, that could work quite nicely for him. He could kill off these villagers, though they are very weak in HP right now, and likely to die if Viper does bring these guys over. Viper now though trying to find a little angle. Elite Plumed Archer upgrade completed, Bracer completed, and we might see Chemistry very shortly as well. But these guys almost fully upgraded now. I think he's missing, there we go, Ring Archer armor on the way. I was going to say missing 1 defensive upgrade, but that is coming straight out. And Jordan getting quite defensive, quite a few mangonels out now as well. Another castle going up, and neither of them taking relics just yet, which isn't so important for the time being, but something that you're going to want to have to do a little bit later on. Viper now with a lot of plumed archers out on the field, 30 out for him. Jordan with only 12, and Viper looking for an angle of attack. Looks like Jordan's going to be going for Elite Plumed Archer pretty quickly as well. Looking at his resources, he can certainly afford it. Have a look, Chemistry straight away from him, and Elite Plumed Archer, where are you? Not coming out just yet. Perhaps this castle is going to go for it. We'll keep an eye out on that one. But he could really do with Elite Plumed Archer sooner rather than later, as he does not want to be going up against Elite Plumed Archers that are going to be fully upgraded very shortly. There's the extra defensive upgrade, and Jordan lagging a little bit further behind. Conscription now for him, so he could be looking to add in some Eagle Warriors or some Arbalests. We'll see. I imagine probably Eagle Warriors if he's going to be getting conscription, but also he's going to be looking to get conscription to make those plumed archers a little bit faster. Still waiting for the elite though, and I'm wondering where that is right now, because I do not see it anywhere, and these are definitely not elite plumed archers just yet. Viper though, still without Chemistry just yet. I'm still waiting for that, and now he too starting to build some more siege workshops. Capped rams on the right. We could be seeing siege rams from him very shortly, as siege rams really do help in these kind of archer wars. They absorb a lot of fire from your opponent and can really help. And there we go, Jordan collecting up the relics now as well. Still waiting for Elite Plumed Archer from him, and it looks like Viper's getting ready to engage, but he's going to go up against 2 castles on this side, as well as the mangonels. They're going to be very hard to deal with, and it could help to throw a couple of Eagle Warriors in there, but it's unusual to see that, which is sometimes a little bit confusing to me. I always think that maybe a couple of Eagle Warriors to get in there and take out some mangonels would really help, but it's very rare to actually see that happen. Jordan now though, with his second castle going up, more Elite Plumed Archers coming out because he's finally got the upgrade on that, and these guys pretty much fully upgraded, missing the defensive upgrades, but they are on the way. So waiting for an engagement here, looking to see what I can see. Outpost going up, Viper trying to gain some map visibility. We have a look, he's got quite a lot of map coverage already. In fact, you can see the whole map, and now we get a little bit of action. The trebuchet is coming out, looking to take down that castle. Jordan likely to be building a couple of trebuchets somewhere to try and deal with this, but more plumed archers coming out, rams coming forwards, and look how many rams Jordan is up against. Viper with a hell of a lot of rams there, getting in the mix, and as you can see, the rams absorbing that fire. He needs to focus this one down really quickly though. If you can focus it down, the trebuchets are going to stay up, the castle could go down, and Viper now looking pretty strong on this attack as he's flooding those Elite Plumed Archers across the map, looking to get really aggressive, waiting on the siege ram though. Still waiting for that. I imagine it's going to be on the way. There we go, siege ram coming out, and he could just take down this castle with a pretty nice start to his attack here. If he takes the castle down, then this is going to be great for him. These capture rams absorbing so much fire as Viper coming in with his Elite Plumed Archers, cleaning things up with Jordan here. This castle gonna go down. Surely Jordan is not going to be able to get the repairs on this. Maybe another trebuchet is required, but the capture rams being flooded at the castle is going to go down. There is no question about it. There we go, it's down, and Viper pushing forwards his advantage here. A hell of a lot of plumed archers. Jordan looking like he's just been absolutely smashed. His score really falling behind. Siege Ram for Jordan just completed, but Viper's going to have Siege Ram very shortly as well. These Siege Rams going to help him out for the time being, absorbing a lot of that fire from the arrows, but as you can see, Siege Ram for the Viper now too. It's so close, and population capped as well for the Viper on 197, but Jordan only on 148. The ranged units for the Viper way ahead, 21 for Jordan, and Viper on a 65 Elite Plumed Archers right here. Going to be able to take out the Siege Rams in a reasonable time, a couple of volleys. He's trying to micro these guys as best he can to take out the Plumed Archers and not focus on the Ram here. More Rams coming in, more trebuchets coming in, and Jordan's going to lose his second castle here. A little bit of a problem for him as Jordan resigns. He knows that he's not going to have enough to deal with this. A great attack from Viper, very well timed, getting Siege Ram just as he was taking down these castles. The trebuchets coming in, and he really did dominate that game. But this is a big problem for Jordan now. After drawing his first game and losing his second set even, he's now only got 1 point, and Viper goes on to take the lead of the GML after set 2, round 2, with 6 points under the belt after 2 wins in a row, taking this set 2-0. Wow, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one, and if you did like it, give the video a little like for me, will ya? Bit of a winky face as I say that, and I will be back tomorrow to bring you the rest of the coverage with the GML. Hopefully you stay tuned for that. I've been Zach, and I will see you next time.